Hey guys, welcome to the live stream and welcome to YouTube. We are not on PlayStation 4, we are on YouTube again. I'm going to continue streaming World of Tanks until the holiday ops is over. I'm going to continuously try to cover this as much as I can because holiday ops is my favorite time, is my favorite part of this game. It's different. It's not the same boring thing all the time. It's a chance to do something different. And I enjoy it. I enjoy touching base on the tanks that I just was too afraid to touch because I was afraid that I would dump all the credits I had in my account and then end up with nothing. So this gives me a chance to work on some of the tanks I neglected over the years, over the past year, and hopefully get closer to unlocking another tank and or receiving another tank. And when this tank is done, I intend on grinding to receive my tier 10 and then receive every single tank in the USSR tree. That's going to be my final goal. Once I unlock the tier 10 for this tank, my main goal after that is to purchase every single tank in that tree. When I do that, we're done. It's been a 15-year road. It's been a long road. Long, hard road, but one step at a time. That's all you can do. When you start this game, you set one goal. And you don't leave or do anything till the goal is accomplished. No matter how big the goal is, you keep working hard to accomplish that one goal. Me personally, I enjoyed accomplishing this. It was fun. At first, it was absolutely physically impossible. But now I can see the end of the road. 15 years ago, I looked at that tree and I was like, there's no way in hell I'm getting this done. Ever. Too many. Too many tanks, not enough time, and I keep running out of money. What the hell is going on? 15 years, my money was drained out of my account every single time. I didn't know what was going on until finally I decided, I'm like, you know what? There's something else that's going on. I gotta figure out what it is. So little by little, I started working on playing the game and started figuring out what was draining my money and what I was doing wrong. Eventually down the road, I figured it out on my own and I corrected the problem. And now I'm at the point where I've got this. The entire country is unlocked. It took me that long to figure it out, but I finally got it. That was half the fun of playing this game. Learning as you go along was half the fun for me. It really was. If I remember my first game I played in this game, I played the MS1. My first day playing this game, there was no tutorials, there was no whatever they have right now. They gave you a choice of any tanks to play, and any of these countries. That I think it was only, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but when I started 15 years ago, I think they only had these three countries. That was it. When I first started this game, they only had three countries. This one, and this one. So when I first started, I decided, you know what? I am going to basically pick. I'm going to pick one tank from one. I'm going to pick a country. All right. And after I pick that single country, I am going to grind the hell out of that country until it's done. I mean, we're talking every single tank is unlocked. So I played the US for a bit. I got up to tier 5. I thought it was okay. It was great. I got up to the M41 and I didn't like it. So I said, okay. So I tried the Wolverine. I didn't like the Wolverine. Then I decided to grab the bull by the horns and I decided to move over to the mediums. I got up to Sherman. So far, so good. E8, Easy 8 was not bad. But then once I got to the T20, I bought it and went, nope. Sold it the very next day. Moved on to the lights. This tank turned me down completely for the mediums. Then I moved on to the lights. And of course, Stewart was not bad. The Chaffee was not bad. But I couldn't really get up to the Chaffee. So at the time when I was that new, I didn't really understand the purpose because the game only had one vehicle type when you first started, and that was lights. So when you first start this game, they give you a light tank. That's it. So any of the other tank types like tank destroyers, SPGs, heavies, mediums, lights, you don't really understand because they don't. Back when I first started, they didn't teach you how to play the game. They kind of gave you a tank and kicked you into the gameplay and said, "Here, go ahead, have fun." I mean, it was great. Not one of us knew what we were doing. Not one of us knew how to play. We didn't care. We just went out there, had fun, and that was it. And it's because of that I've continued to do the same thing over and over again for the past 15 years. I go in there, I play, I have fun, and I play the game for what it is. It's a game. Eventually, as I got down the road, I started getting up to tier 8, to T29, and started realizing that people were starting to take this game too seriously. So once I got up to a certain point, in some of these tanks, I said, enough. Moving on. Once I realized, I did the same thing with the German tanks. Started out with the tier 1 and moved on and up in tiers. Except this time, I did all of them at the same time. So I moved all the way up to tier 6. I basically purchased all of tier 5. I think with the exception of this one. No, actually, this one I still do have. So I think all of tier 5 I had. I think I started doing tier 6, but then I guess I went nope. Because this one I started doing, this one I still have. I think I started this one, but I sold it because I didn't like this one. I think there was also a tank that was added to this tree that I owned, that I unlocked, that they removed from the game. Kind of like what they did in the USSR tree. And there was a tank destroyer as well. So I believe I have the tank destroyer for tier 6. But when they made that tank a collector's tank, I then had to rebuy the tier 6 all over again. And I said, you know what? I'm not really crazy about the Germans. And since they're like kind of removing tanks here and there, I'm just not going to bother. So I said, nope. So the farthest I ever got was tier 6 on these two right here. That's it. I just got, when they started replacing some of the tanks, and made them collector's tanks, I started saying no, not happening. So I moved on to the Russians. Well, this is where I found my niche. The Russians went all the way up to here, and then the Russians branched out from there. This did not exist when I first started. This was not a thing, period, at all. This went down. This went down all the way to here. This branch started right here. These two tanks did not exist. These two tanks did not exist when I first started 15 years ago. The branch went from here to here and here to there. So you had to move all the way up until you realize that the first heavy was right here. Okay? So you got a taste of light tanks, you got a taste of medium tanks, and a taste of heavy tanks. Then you're able to decide whether you wanted it from here. Right here, you're able to decide whether you wanted to go here or here or medium. It made sense. But somehow, somewhere along the way, the tech trees in this game got all messed up. I mean, they really got messed up. Instead of them making sense and giving you an opportunity to test out the tank types at first, they just said, you know what? Just jam them in as much as you can. So that's what they did. I see what their purpose was, and I see what they were doing. Eventually, they wanted to make sure that they were separated. They wanted to make sure that all of them had their places. What what they wanted to do was they wanted to have like a tier 2 of every tank type. like a tier 2 artillery, which I believe they used to have one. I think. I think they used to have one. I think they used to have a tier 2. Let me see. I think I still have it. Let me see if I still have it. Yes, I still have it. From 15 years ago, I still have it. Meet the tier 2 artillery for the Soviet Union. I used to have this. I remember when I first started 15 years ago playing this thing, I was like, how do I play this thing? How? There's no zoom. Finally, after playing with the buttons, after going in the testing grounds, finally figured out how to use it. See, back then, when I first started, they didn't have this whole training thing. They just threw you in a game and said, play the game, have fun. So you learned along the way. That was the way you played. So after trying the MS-1, you then got to decide where you wanted to go. You got to decide in the tier 2 whether you wanted to go towards artillery, tank destroyers, or whatever you wanted to go to. This was the very, very first artillery piece that they had for the Soviet Union, the Su-18. This tank was extremely limited as far as range goes. Let's take it out on one battle, and let me show you guys how limited the range is on this tank. My tier 10 artillery and my tier 8 artillery, tier 8 gets at least half, a little more than half of the battlefield. My tier 10, the entire range of the battlefield. My tier 10 has. This tier 2 has extremely limited range. So, and obstacles like this, that's a problem. You're not getting over that with this thing. Your range is going to be more limited than it was before. So, artillery can shoot over this as long as you're far back enough. This artillery cannot. This artillery has to have a clear shot in order to really take the shots. The one good thing about artilleries in this tier is that when you go into camouflage mode, you can't see anything sticking out of a bush. It fits right inside of a bush. How handy is that? That's awesome. This is the only good thing about artillery in the low tiers. And low tier artillery doesn't even exist. I mean, they removed them from the tech trees a long time ago. Why? I don't know. Now the tech trees start at tier 5. But back in the old days, the tech trees for all the tanks started at a minimum of, see, look at it right there. See that? That is where the artillery ends. A little bit more than half. That's it. That's more than half. See how fast it loads? That's crazy. This is a tier 2 artillery. And the aim is so fast and so precise. That's because they purposely make the aim not that bad because they're assuming that most people don't know how to play the game yet. Which is one of the reasons why they discontinued most of the lower tier tanks and the other types. Which is one of the main reasons why today 80% of the players play heavy tanks, because heavy tanks were featured since day one. Tier 2, guys. Tier 2 just killed the tank. I rest my case. If you know what you're doing, these tanks can do some serious damage. Watch this. Ready? Watch this. In between these two mountains, I snaked a shot in. These little guys are absolutely unreal. They really are. They really make you want to play artillery. These lower tier tanks that they no longer have, there's a reason why they don't have them anymore. Because they play nothing like the high tier tanks. They play better. Because they have to make it look like the tank is worth playing in order for you to even go down that route. So they removed all the low tier tanks on purpose. It's unfortunate because all new players will never realize what it was like to play the low tier tanks unless they go into the collectors. I believe they might have them in collectors. So if you are low tier and you do want to just try it, try a low tier tank. Try collectors. You just might be able to see it in collectors. So you just might. They might have a low tier of a tank destroyer or a they might have the original tanks in the collector's editions. If you have it unlocked, it's worth a shot. Because, I mean, as you can see, it's not that bad. It really is not that bad. For a tier 2, this is a tier 2, guys. Tier 2. If you're new at this game, you go into the collector's tanks, you pull that sucker out, you'll have fun. It's not that bad. You don't have to dump hundreds of thousands of credits into it. All you have to do is bring it out of the garage, get in there, and have fun. And learn. Learn how to play through the low tiers. Kind of do what I did. Learn how to play through playing low tiers. That's how you learn how to play. By playing low tier tanks. For example, if you want to stick with the low tiers, if you want to learn low tier tanks, thank you. If you want to learn low tier tanks on tank destroyers, also go to the collector's tanks. Let me show you where the collector's tanks are. Tech tree. See that right there? Click that. These are all the tanks that were basically added to the game that they removed from the game. They were added to the tech tree. But because of obvious reasons, they removed them from the game. This tank right here, SU-14-1, this used to be a tech tree tank, a tier 7 tech tree. They removed this from the game and replaced it with that. SU-14-1 was the original one that was out. They replaced SU-14-1 with the SU-14-2. Now, what they did for all the people that unlocked SU-1, you got to keep it. It immediately became elite, and you had to now decide whether to keep it or grind it or continue grinding that tank to unlock the next tank. To unlock this tank. Because when the -1 got removed from the game, your place in that tank tree got removed with it. Okay? Now what happened was, instead of you having to unlock this tank all over again, they gave you an opportunity to repurchase this tank, even though you already did that by purchasing the -1. If you didn't finish grinding, if you did not finish unlocking this tank, if you did not do that, then you were forced to repurchase and regrind this tank all over again, which I had to do. So in reality, my tier 10 artillery should be a tier 11 artillery, because I had to grind the -1 and grind the -2. So technically my tier 10 is a tier 11. If you want to get technical, because I had to grind the SU-14-1, then I had to grind it again all over again, because I had to find the money, because I had to get the money to purchase this one, because I didn't have the money to purchase this one. And I had no intention of ever selling the -1, because I love that tank. Why should I sell a tank that I enjoy playing just to unlock the next tank? Screw that. So I kept that tank and grinded the hell out of it until I got enough money to purchase this tank. When I did, then all I did was continue grinding, unlocked what I felt I had to unlock, what was needed. Then I got the 212A. And this is where I got handicapped. This tank, I'm not going to say I didn't like it. I'm saying this tank was very frustrating. Now let me explain. What I found frustrating about this tank was the lack of concealment this tank truly had. Now, me personally, I at this point in the game, I thought that maybe the tank's size was the fact that the reason why I was getting spotted all the time was because of the tank's size. That's what I thought. Why? Because they never explained it. When I first started, they never explained any of this stuff. So, the fact that they never explained any of it to me, I just assumed that, well, this is the way things are. They're not going to explain it. You have to figure it out for yourself. So, I'm playing a tier 9, and I'm realizing that, you know what? I keep getting spotted. I keep dying. Why do I keep dying? There has to be a reason why I keep dying. Well, sure enough, I end up being an absolutely effing moron, and you have to actually You have to actually work on your camouflage rating. Which at the time I was like, what the hell is a camo rating? I just played the game and had fun. I still do to this day. To this day, still, I play the game and have fun. But this time, I play it smart. I try to come up with ways of making a tank's weaknesses better. For example, if you want a tank to be more concealed, let me give you an example. I think having a tier 8 is not a good idea. I think having a tier 10 is not a good idea. Maybe the tier 9s? Maybe the tier 9s can help me out. I only have one. Do I have... No, yeah, it is set up. Okay. This tank is set up. This tank, I have some stuff set up. Let's see if... Is it... Yep, it is set up. Okay, now. If you want your camouflage rating to be better, there's a couple of things you can do. Okay? Number one, if you want to disappear from the radar, make sure you have the following equipped to the tank at all times. Number one, camouflage net. Class 2. Make sure you have it. Make sure you have it in the first slot, and make sure the first slot has an eyeball symbol. Make sure the first slot has an eyeball symbol down here. If the first slot does not have an eyeball symbol, then put it in the second slot. Anything that has that symbol is mobility. So find a mobility skill, a mobility equipment, and simply drag it in there, and you'll get a bonus. See? That's mobility. That one in the first slot. Therefore, I get the bonus for it, which is the second number. We're going to go over the experimental another time. I'm not going to go over this tonight. This can get kind of deep, so we're not going to get into this. Another video. Alright, now, getting back to what we were doing before. Another way of getting your concealment boosted. Work on your crew. Now, Crew 2.0 came out quite a while ago, not saying a long time ago, quite a while ago. Before World of Tanks 2.0, they had Crew 2.0. Crew 2.0 stated that whenever you have a skill, a simple skill like Brothers in Arms, concealment, repairs, skill like that, any skill that's not specifically made only for that particular skill. When you have a general skill and you want that skill to be used, period, the entire crew has to have that skill at 100% in order for that skill to even kick in at all, period. So, if you have, if we have 3 out of the 4 members have concealment at 100%, this member has a 35. You have a minimum rating. You're going to receive a minimum rating for your concealment. For example, your concealment level will be at like 40 or 50%, roughly. Okay, guys? As soon as all four members get your concealment up, and as soon as you have a camo net added, and as soon as you have like suppose you decide to add an equipment, the exhaust, the quieter exhaust, that further decreases the concealment rating. You'll have a concealment rating of at least 90%. See that right there? A 90% concealment rating is excellent. Now this is a medium tank. Why do you need a medium tank to have a high concealment rating? Allow me to show you why I did this. This tank's largest weakness is the fact that the turret, I'm going to put this blunt. The effing morons decided to put the turret in the back of the tank. Okay, you still with me? They decided to put the turret in the back of the tank. Now, because of that reason, the engine and the fuel are in the front of the tank. You with me so far? Engine and the fuel are in the front of the tank. So, a well-placed shot in the right place and the whole tank will go up in flames. We're talking, pop goes the weasel, it's gone. Fuel and engine in the front. Why in the hell would they do something like this? This is moronic. This is stupid. But a tank like this actually existed. Why? I don't know. But a tank like this was actually built. This is called bad engineering. It's not part of the game. This was really thought up by somebody. Somebody decided to think this up and put on a blueprint and to go, this might be a good idea. No, it's not a good idea to do something like this. This is a problem. This is a really big problem. Because the engine and the fuel are in the front of the tank. So naturally, you're going to fire at somebody and you're going to take hits in the front. So because the engine and fuel is right here, guess who your radio man, your driver, and your commander are? In the front. So if a penetrating shot goes through the front, the driver, the commander, and the radio man are all going to get hurt or injured. And no other crew in that tank can help them. Why? Because all the rest of the crew is right here. Instead of the crew being together, having the engine in front separates the crew in two places. The only way to help the people in front is to leave the rear hatch, climb down, climb in the front hatch, and help them. That's the only way to help them. If all three crew members here are injured, the tank cannot move at all, period. It can't move. All three crew members are injured. All the crew members from here have to leave the rear hatch and then climb up down the front hatch, help the injured crew members get back in action. By the time you do that, the tank's dead. You may as well just leave because they're going to blow the tank up. So this is one of the worst designs you will ever see in your lifetime. This is quite possibly one of the worst tanks I've ever seen. Any tank that has the engine and fuel in front is absolutely horrible. Because the crew is being separated into two places. So therefore your crew, instead of helping each other and talking to each other, they're separated. So you have to have, the commander cannot do his job. The commander has to be the commander of the front. The rear of the tank, they have no commander. They have to do things their own way. Unless they have a radio communication to the back of the tank, which I don't know if they had that in World War II. Correct me if I'm wrong, they might have had that. I don't know if they had that. I'm assuming they didn't, so I'm leaving it at that. Anyway, moving on. We are now at day number 28. Okay? We're clicking. We get our day number 28 gift. Then, once we collect our gift for the day, Winter Raid. Obviously, Winter Raid is over. By now, by the 28th, Winter Raid is gone. It's over. So this is only as a reminder to collect all prizes you might have earned. I believe I collected all my prizes. Yep, I did. So I really don't have to do this anymore. This is done for the year. If you didn't do this, you missed out. And this was a lot of fun. I believe I did cover this. I think once this year I did cover this. This is a lot of fun. If they do this next year, hit this up. Trust me, this is worth it. It's a lot of fun. It really is. Fun is the name of the game, guys. Remember, this is a game first. And that is definitely worth it. Okay. Even if you're a tier 10, still, on a daily basis, collect your resources. I'm about to show you guys why. Collect all your daily resources every single day. First friend, collect his resources. Second friend, collect his resources. Okay, now I have all the resources I need from all my friends and mine. Go back to the village. Go back to my village, technically. Now, what you have to do is, you have resources now. You can either use said resources to buy, in the store, you can either purchase, go to click shop, okay, on Holiday Apps, and purchase 2D styles from times past, from way back in the old days or today. These are all 2D styles you could purchase. You purchase these using the resources. You don't purchase these with credits, you don't purchase with real money. You use resources to purchase 3D styles. When all of them are purchased and you have check marks here, what do you do with what then do you do with those resources once all these styles are purchased and all of them are done? What are you supposed to do with all of these resources? Click terminal. Then click this thing right here. See this? Now, whatever you have the most of, pile everything you have onto that resource. Now, we have the most of meteoric iron. So, whatever we have in this one is we have 730 of this one. So I'm going to push 730. I'm going to click down here, and it's going to convert 730 to 560. Now, when you convert resources, it has to take out a slight fee. So it's an exchange rate of 50 to 40. So there's an exchange rate if you want to exchange it to one type. So you're losing resources every time you exchange resources, you're losing some. Hence the reason why you have to pick whatever you have the most resources and convert it over to that one. Because you don't want to lose all this. You want to only lose a little bit of this. Because it picked up a percent, it removes a percentage. And you always want to convert the smallest numbers over to the largest number at all times. Whatever you have the most of, convert it over to that. At this point in time, I have the most meteoric iron, so I'm converting it all over to meteoric iron. From to meteoric iron. Watch. See it? Now watch. This one, pure emerald. We got to convert to pure emerald now. We need to convert pure emerald 400. Click down here. It will show the conversion rate, 50 to 40 conversion rate. That's fine. We don't care. As long as it's gone, we don't care. And look, we already have 2,000. That's what you're supposed to use resources for. And of course, remember, we have 890. Put that in. Click over here. It converts it for you. Click convert, 50 to 40 ratio. No problem. That's fine. Convert. We are left with 2,910 resources by the end of the day. Now, what you have to do is you then click here to get tokens. What do you want to purchase the tokens with? What resources? So what resources do we convert over? We converted it over meteoric iron. So we have to make sure we select meteoric iron. We wish to purchase how many tokens? We were purchasing 1 for 2,000 or 2 for 4,000. We don't have 4,000 resources. We do have 2,000, which means we have to purchase 1. 1 token equals 2,000 resources. Click purchase. 2,000 meteoric iron is going to be spent for 1 gift terminal token. Push purchase. $2,000 was spent. We got a grand total of 2 terminal tokens now. So now what we can do is click use tokens. Click the button and use whatever tokens you were given. I may have had 1 left over from yesterday that I didn't use. So that's fine. So we got 15,000 credits out of this one. Next pulse, see what we got. Hopefully it's something good. Additional credits for a battle. 3 of them. Now this is very useful. You've seen me use this in the past, in past streams. This is very helpful. Now you have to be careful. Recently, they have they have ones that expire. They have red slashes next to them. If you ever pick up any additional things, as soon as you get them, leave whatever you're doing. As soon as you pick that up, leave whatever you're doing and go into activate. And make sure you don't see any red slash marks through any of these numbers. If you do, that means that those are temporary and you cannot leave them there. They will expire, okay? Anytime you see red slash marks through any of these numbers, use that right now. Use it. You have no choice. Because if you don't use it, it will expire. These resources I have right here are called non-expirable resources. These do not expire. I don't have to use them. They're just there if I need them. Okay, guys? If you have ones with red slash marks through it, use it as soon as possible. Because if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. Because they're going to expire in like less than a day. So, just know that there are two different types of bonus resources. You have the permanent ones and the temporary ones. Temporary ones only work for like less than 24 hours. After 24 hours, they disappear from your inventory. That sucks. But part of the game. Make sure that you allow yourself, if you have that, make sure you're allowing yourself time to use that resource. Don't let it expire. Use it. Even if it's only for 5 minutes, use it. Make sure you don't let it, never let your resources expire. If they have expiration dates, use them before they expire. End of story. I don't care what you say. If they have expiration dates on them, make sure you're using them. Because if you don't use them, you'll lose them. They're gone forever. And they're not going to give them back to you. If you're stupid enough not to use your resources and on time, then you're going to lose them. If you happen to pick up ones that do not expire, say mine says non-expirable reserves, if you happen to get these, hold on to them, don't use them. Only if you absolutely positively need them. Now, I don't use mine during the holidays. Why? Because during the holidays, they give you bonus to credits and they give you bonus to whatever you choose. I chose bonus to combat XP. So, I don't feel the need to use any of my resources. Unless, of course, I need something for the crew members. Because I chose not the crew members. And also, you can choose to gain additional free experience. So instead of converting gold to free experience, using gold to convert XP to free XP, you could actually earn XP on Christmas time through this. But you have to choose free XP. If you choose free XP, whatever during the holiday season, whenever this is active, whenever the holiday season is active, holiday apps, you could then grind for free XP. You don't have to convert. You will get additional credits to your free XP. So that's one less gold you'll have to spend to convert. So I would do something like that if I had stuff I had to grind for. The only thing I have to grind for is the tier 11s and maybe the tier 10 for that one medium. That's it. So Why bother? I have to research the tier 10 for this tank, and I have to research my two tier 11 tanks for the USSR. Once that's done, no more researching. So the only thing I'm going to grind for is combat XP because I want to make sure this tank gets as much XP in it as possible. Now, when you grind, like I said, previous missions and previous days, make sure you check your missions for the day. But first off, our furry friend found something. Now, if you didn't, if you're on holiday ops right now and you absolutely don't know what this is and you don't care, make sure you click this. Okay, guys, make sure you're clicking this because they're giving you an opportunity to purchase with gold that dog for your garage. When holiday ops is over, that dog will be able to join you in your garage as long as you have this account for good. That dog is yours for good. And he will give you 10% bonus to credits for 10 games. 10 games he will give you bonus to credits. Not bad. If you really think about it, that's not a bad deal. 2,000 credits. And you can get a discount on purchasing him through the missions, through the daily missions. And I'll show you how to do that right now. The daily missions are, I've been going over this already, I'm not going to go nuts. They give you missions to perform every single day. If you do both missions, they give you the blue token. The blue seals move you higher up on this board and get you closer and closer to getting our special guest. The red tokens boost this bar, which either gets you a 50% discount on purchase, which makes it 2,000 gold into 1,000, or pet is 100%. The pet is absolutely free. They give you the pet absolutely free, scot-free. So you have to do one challenge a day in order to get the blue seals. You have to do both challenges in order to get a discount on him. I got enough to get a half off discount, and then I just stopped right there, and I went for the single discount. And I went for the single mission after that. Because once I purchased the dog, I don't need to do the second one. Although if you do the second one, they do give you amazing prizes. I mean, they give you extra components for the other stuff. They give you bonds. They give you credits. They give you some pretty neat stuff if you really think about it. I mean, if you don't need the red seals, it's worth it to do the second missions just for the second prize, because they do give you some pretty neat stuff. And little by little, you are still working on all these missions still. So even if you don't do them, just by playing the game, you're still working on all those missions. See? I'm already up to 4 on this one. This one, I got my first one. So, I mean, technically, I'm still working on these. Even though I'm not really focused on them, I'm still working on these technically. Now, let's look at today's mission. Not yesterday's, today's. The top one says, be among the top 8 players on your team by damage caused over any number of battles. It has 0 to 5. Now let's think about what this is. You have to really, you have to really think carefully with these missions. The way the missions are worded can sometimes be tricky. So you might think the mission's about this, but it's really not. It's about something completely different. Read it over and over, 3-4 times until you read it slowly, until you finally understand what they're trying to ask you to do. Be among the top 8 players of your team by damage caused over any number of battles. So what they're saying is you have to be one of the top 8 players in the game from damage dealt. Not kills or anything like that. Damage dealt. So you have to basically pick a tank that deals the most damage you could think of. Equip it with that gun and that shell and just go. The object is to deal as much damage as humanly possible in as many games as you can think of. This one says, be among the top 4 players on your team by damage blocked. So you have to block. You have to be one of the top 4 players in one round by damage blocked. So you have to pick a tank you know for a fact you could block as many shots as possible. For example, if you're really good with one specific tank and you can block very easily with that tank, and you know how to block a shot, that is going to be your favorite mission. Whatever, you have to always make sure tanks you are very good with blocking shots. Don't get rid of them. Keep them. Tanks you are very good with damaging people. Not killing. Damaging. Heavy amounts of damage. Keep that tank. Don't sell it. Keep it, because you're never going to know. You never know when you're going to have to do these missions. So you're going to have to go back to that tank just to do these missions. I'm going to show you an example right now with today's mission. Now, you're being called on to do damage, heavy amounts of damage over a multitude of different battles. There's a bunch of things you can do to accomplish this. You can just play any tank, pump up a gold round, spend a fortune, and get it done. Or if you don't feel like cheating, like me, if you want to do things the right way, you have to use your head. And with me, having brain damage, that's not easy, but I try. Now, what I would do is, I would pick a tank that I know has a tremendous amount of damage. A tank that deals a lot of damage. So, and I would definitely keep it, not sell it, and hold it in my garage in case I ever need it in the future. And I'm about to show you guys that tank right now. The perfect damage dealer that I know of in this game is this one. This is the perfect tank to deal damage. Artillery. They are the number 1 damage dealer in this game. Not killing, damage only. Okay? The number 2 damage dealer is this tank. If you want to deal damage, and you want to deal damage quickly, this is your tank. Your number 1 damage dealer in this game is artillery. Why? Because artillery and this tank have one thing in common. They both use high explosive ammo. Artillery uses high explosive ammo as well. High explosive ammo deals a tremendous amount of damage, and you don't really have to go nuts with the aiming. It's kind of like using a high explosive round is kind of like using a gold round, except you're not doing enough damage to kill somebody. In the KV2 sense, you don't need gold rounds with a KV2. The high explosive round with the big gun deals enough damage for its tier where it can kill if you aim for the right pen spots. If you aim for anywhere, you're not going to kill them. You're going to do a lot of damage, though. Now, if you aim for what you know for a fact is going to be a pen spot, you will very easily murder that tank in one shot. It will only take one shot to murder that tank, that particular tank. If you're not aiming for a pen spot, you will do a tremendous amount of damage, but you will not kill them. I'm guaranteeing you that. You will not kill them at all. So you have to know where the pen spots are without having to depend on the crosshairs. You have to know for a fact where most of the pen spots are on most of the tanks. You have to know where the crew is, where the armor is going to be weakest. You have to know these things by heart in order to play this tank and really kick people's asses with this tank. That's why when I do my damage missions and they want me to do a lot of damage, this is my go-to tank. And this is my go-to setup for the tank. Let me show you. This is my tank, and that's how I set it up. If you want to do damage, you want to do a lot of damage, this is how to do it. This tank with this setup right here, good to go. Field mods, you can do field mods. If you do field mods, I suggest you do this. This will help a lot. A lot. This will force the aiming reticule to go faster. This will force the suspension to... This will force the crew to fix your suspension quicker, so you don't have to use repair kits. And the periscope electric drive, I actually forgot what the heck that did. This is actually the only tank that has this. Oh, this increases your view range. So, I liked having this with the KV2 because when I first unlocked this tank, I started using the KV2 as a sniper tank. Now, it's not to use that tank as a tank destroyer is not that bad. It's not really that bad of an idea. I've seen people do it in the past. When I tried using this as a tank destroyer, I started noticing that it became harder and harder to get the kills I wanted because every time I planted my ass in one place and I tried to find the people I wanted to kill, they never showed up in front of me. So I was forced to learn to follow the heavies with this tank and stick toward the back of the pack. And when I spotted somebody, I moved up as quickly as I possibly could, stopped, aimed, and fired. Now, when you're playing this derp setup, remember one thing. Treat this tank as you would treat in artillery. And there's a reason why I tell you this. Artillery, you have that big giant circle on the screen. And the circle gets smaller the longer you let it sit there. And the circle gets this big. Hit it, the shell goes down, the tank dies instantly. Why? Because you aimed that shot so carefully. You're guaranteed a direct hit. Which means the bullet, if you want to aim for that spot right there, and you aim it properly, it will go right there. If you point in a spot and shoot, that bullet can go here, that bullet can go here, and go anywhere within that radius. That bullet does not have to go, that bullet is not going to go there. The only time that bullet is going to go right there is if that aiming circle is that big. End of story. That's exactly how it goes. So that's it. That's the game. Love it or leave it. That's it. That's the way we run artillery. Artillery, we have to aim it. If we want to get a direct hit, we want to do the most damage, we will aim it down to the very last second. Unfortunately, with artillery, it's just, and with the KV-2, as soon as you move the turret or the tank, the reticule gets bigger. The only time the reticule gets smaller is if you don't move the tank or the turret. The tank and the turret has to be absolutely positively still. How can you combat this? You have to add in equipment that decreases the aiming circle size and increases the aiming speed. Accuracy improvement system is the one thing you can do to help that along better. This is an experimental equipment that you can pick up from missions and stuff like that. Upgrade that experimental equipment to tier 3 and you will get a huge bonus to the aiming circle size, and your aiming speed will decrease by 5%. That's impressive. I wish I had that on my artillery. So now you're probably wondering what a lot of these are for anyway. Allow me to explain. Each one of these symbols stands for a category of equipment, okay? Whether it's mobility, survivability, there's some other stuff as well. This is survivability. Anything with survivability category will get a bonus if you put it in the slot. Improved hardening class 2 normally gets a +8 to vehicle hit points rounded up. If you have it in a survivability slot, it gets a +10. So that equipment gets bumped up. Instantly gets bumped up to the next tier. So that's how to upgrade your equipment. Simply make sure you have the right equipment in the right slots. With me so far? If you're lost, you can always, this video will be saved. You can always watch the video all over again if you're confused. God forbid, if you're ever confused, you can always watch this video all over again and hear the explanation all over again. I'm more than happy to go over it. Or you can always comment down below And I'm more than happy to answer any questions you have. So, things in this game are simple, but some things, when you're new, things like this are not as easy as people thinks it is. I've been playing this game for 15 years. This stuff is easy. When I was new, stuff like this would confuse the hell out of me. So that's why I'm trying to explain this, whether you're a seasoned veteran or whether you're not. A lot of new people are now getting gifted whole tiers of tanks. So instead of starting out like I did, start out from the very beginning and learn the hard way, they're now getting thrown in, given tier 10s and saying, go nuts. That's very wrong. You don't give a new player a tier 10 tank and say, here you go crazy. That's suicide. That is absolute suicide. You need to learn to walk before you run. Even though you have a tier tank, it doesn't mean you could play with the big boys. You have to learn to walk before you run. Learn how to play the game first before you go nuts. Got me? Even though you have that tank, it doesn't mean you have to use it. Because you're going to get a lot of players in this game complaining that you don't know what the hell you're doing, that you're ruining the game for them. And you will ruin the game for an experienced player if you go in there and you go in there with a tier 10 tank and this is like your second time playing. You go in there with a tier 10 tank and just do stupid stuff. You're going to get reported. Your account will get reported and flagged for either not doing anything, doing something stupid, or not doing it right. So, a little tip for all you new players that suddenly have these really big tanks and this is really cool. Learn how to play properly first before you even touch any of these tanks. Just because they gave you a full tier 10, it doesn't mean you have to use it. Start from the beginning and work your way up. Yes, that really is nice that you have those tanks. Yes, it is. It's great. But learn how to play the right way first before you do this. Got me? Trust me, you will get in a lot of trouble and you get a bunch of people reporting you. You will get a lot of people reporting you in this game for not doing your job right and for doing stupid stuff when you shouldn't be doing stupid stuff when you're in high tiers. High tiers, you're supposed to know what you're doing by now. Every person that plays a high tier tank does not screw around. We do our job, we know what it is, we do it right. Anyone that doesn't gets reported. End of story. I should know. I reported hundreds of people for not doing their job. Hundreds. And God forbid, if I ever didn't do my job, I expected somebody else to report me. I expect that in return. Why? Because I would do that myself. Every member on that team, your team depends on you to do your job. If you're not doing your job, you're not helping the team. If you're not helping the team, your team is going to lose. If your team loses because of you, the entire team is going to be pissed off at you. You don't want that. So learn how to play properly first before you play the high tier tanks. Even though they give you a high tier tank, it doesn't mean you have to use it. Learn how to play first properly, the right way. If you're not sure, ask somebody who's played this game for a long time. You'll know by the badges they carry in game. Platoon with them, friend them. You don't have to play with them. Friend them, platoon with them, and then start asking them questions. Ask them, hey, can I friend you? Maybe we can go in. Maybe we can go into these non-playable games. You can show me some stuff. You know, maybe you can show me some stuff so I can become a better player. 90% of us veterans are more than happy to help new people. We would love to. We're not going to offer it because 90% of new people, they don't care. They do whatever the hell they want, and they don't care what you say in the process. So we just mind our own business, play our game, have fun. That's it. It's not the way I like to do things. I like to teach people. I like to teach people the right way to do things. If they're doing something wrong, I like butting in and saying, hey, I think you're doing this wrong. Would you like me to show you the right way to do it? I can do that if you'd like. I'll be more than happy to jump in and show you the right way to do things. I will more than happy to do that because when I was new, somebody a long time ago, they no longer play this game anymore. They showed me they showed me the right way to do things in this game and what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do. And they showed you what proper etiquette is in this game and how you should follow the rules. And not the rules of the game, but the unwritten rules, the etiquette, the proper etiquette of this game. Yes, they have a proper etiquette. All veteran seasoned players expect you to act the right way in every single game you play on top tier tanks only. You are expected to act a certain way. Yes. So if you're a new player and just jerking around in a tier 10, all those new players are going to report you like wildfire. They're going to report you and they're going to instantly start bitching at you, start IMing you like crazy. Are you stupid? Are you a moron? Is something wrong with you? Are you sick in the head? I mean, dead serious. They're going to lash out at you like crazy. Because experienced players don't act like that. Experienced players play the game and do the very best they can with what they have. For example, if somebody just got a tier 9 tank, the tank's not going to be that good. So sometimes I usually go, hey, just let you guys know this tank is brand new. Okay, the whole team now knows that is a fresh tank. So this tank will not be playing at its best. This tank is brand new. I just got this tank. So now the whole team knows that this tank is not at its best. So they're not going to expect that much from you. They're going to expect you to do the best you can, but they're not going to expect so much from you due to the fact that the tank is not quite up to snuff yet. For example, KV2. The KV2 with the smaller gun and the smaller turret, many people don't expect that much out of the KV2 with smaller gun, smaller turret. Why? You know when you have the smaller gun. Because the big gun has that size turret. The small gun with the small turret looks like a KV1. So the KV2 has that giant bobblehead turret with that big, high, thick mortar gun in the front. So the KV2, you know whether it's been upgraded or not. This tank has been upgraded. You can tell by looking at it. A lot of times you don't know whether it's been upgraded or not because it uses the same turret with a different gun, different millimeters, different shell types, different power shell types. So a lot of times you don't know. You absolutely don't know, guys. You don't know whether that tank is upgraded or not. It's a crapshoot. So, anyway, let's get started. So let's try doing our missions. Think about what I said and try to remember what I said. Try to remember what I said because that's very, very important. In this game, when you're playing top tier tanks, proper etiquette in this game is everything. For example, I'm a mid-tier tank. I am not required to follow the heavy tanks, okay? Because I'm a heavy tank, if I was upper mid-tier, I would be required to follow the top tier heavies. I am mid-tier. But because this tank is fully upgraded, I can follow the top tier heavies. In fact, I will. He's a top tier heavy. That guy right there. So, because my tank is fully upgraded, I am going to follow that top tier heavy and assist him and try to give him some assistance as best as I can. See, right now, he's taking damage. He's more important than I am. So, because I'm lowering the tiers, I'm not as important as he is. So, I can tend to take a couple of shots. I can take a couple of shots here and there. I want to make sure that he doesn't take the shots. If he takes the shots, that's not good because he is the top tier tank, and the top tier tanks should not die. Top tier tanks have to be saved. So it's your job as mid tier to back up. Do your best to back up the top tier tanks. See, now this is a problem. Because right now I have 2 tanks right now that could do damage and artillery sniffing up my butt crack waiting to kill me. Now he's blocking me, making sure nobody hits me. So I'm keeping an eye on this guy for him. Now I'm going to go back to searching here. Nope. I think I might have to aim. Come on. Aim. There we go. We're aimed. Come on. Nope, gotta move. He's moving, which means I gotta move. Oh, come on. Oh. This tank. The fact you have to aim it very carefully, you have to make sure you're behind something. This tank is notoriously hard to play. The gun takes too long to aim, and of course, if we had people watching our back, we wouldn't have to worry. Again, stuff happens. You cannot get bent out of shape. stuff like this does happen in a game. So you cannot get bent out of shape because of stuff like this. It's a game. The hell with it. After you get destroyed, two choices. Continue to grind this one tank, stay here and wait for the game to end, push the right mouse button, and click through your teammates and see what your teammates are up to. Now this is very good. Looking at through your teammates' eyes, it might give you tips on maybe what you're doing wrong. Because you'll be able to see the mistakes they're making while they make it. You'll be able to sit there and go, hey, listen, he just got hit by artillery. He should be heading right for the mountain. He shouldn't move for 15 seconds. After he doesn't move for 15 seconds, then he can move. He didn't do that. Artillery can still see him. See? When that artillery reloads, he's going to aim. Unfortunately, the artillery missed because he must have camouflage, which means it doesn't take 15 seconds for him to disappear. This is why it's very good to have a really, really good camouflage. If you didn't have a good camouflage, it would have taken you 15 seconds to disappear. It took him less than 15 seconds, Artie couldn't find him. Now he's dead. He would have been dead earlier if he had crappy camouflage. He lasted a little bit longer because he had good camouflage. So, how you equip your tank really does make a difference in this game. Really does. Having the best camouflage on a tank that's absolutely gigantic is very good. But it prevents you from helping what you need to be helped. For example, if the gun is not that, if the gun loading is not that good, like on the KV2, you want it to be faster, you can't because you used all your resources for the camouflage. Then and only then you have to suffer with that tank the way it is, because you already equipped it for camouflage. Because to you, not being seen is better than fast reloading. It all depends on when you play that tank for the first time, what to you is the weakest part of that tank. And any of the upgrades you could purchase for it through the normal menus does not help at all. For example, the gun. If the gun's not powerful enough, what if you upgrade the gun? Will that help? Will that help at all? If that doesn't help, what if you use a gold round? If using a gold round or using an HE or AP, what if you're just not using the right rounds for the gun? What if it's not the gun? What if it's the gun reload time? Okay, there's equipment you could put on the tank to combat reload times and to make reload faster. There's things that you can do for reload problems. Now, camouflage, there's things you can put on the tank and for the crew to help your camouflage rating become better. In fact, there's skills and equipment that you could use that could boost just about anything on that tank. Any stat you could think of, you could boost by equipment and or skills. But you have to make sure you very carefully read each one. Even if you have to write it down what it does. So you have to just keep going back to it and reading like I do. I'm a moron. I'm an effing moron. I'll go in there and say, oh man, this tank really needs more durable equipment. What can I do? If I wrote it down on a piece of paper, I could just look and say, okay, well this is good for this is good for this. I would go, okay, well this is good. This is good to protect your equipment right here. Suspension durability. If you want to protect your tracks, look for things that boost your suspension durability. Your suspension durability is what prevents your tracks from getting damaged. If your suspension durability is very high, it takes a lot to break your suspension and to wreck your tracks. So, yeah, they'll blow a track, but they'll repair it in like 2 seconds flat because there's nothing wrong with your suspension is not broken. Only the track came off. That's it. So yes, the track will come off, but it will take less time to fix it because there's nothing wrong with the suspension. If the suspension breaks, it's going to take twice as long to fix the track because I have to fix the suspension first, then fix the track. So by putting improved hardening, that increases suspension durability, therefore preventing that tank from getting extremely destroyed. So I mean, you really have to think about this. You have to really think about things you do in this game. This game is all about having fun. It is. This game is a lot of fun. But while you're having fun, it's always a good idea to be aware of your surroundings, be aware of your tank and the people inside of the tank, and know what they can do and what they cannot do. And whatever they cannot do, make sure their equipment helps them out, or make sure you have consumables to help them out. For example, if you do not have firefighting, make sure you have an automatic fire extinguisher. If your tank gets set on fire very easily, make sure you have everything that has to do with firefighting. Automatic fire extinguisher, firefighting skills, everything. Now, with this map, mediums, tank destroyers usually go there, lights go here, heavies usually go straight down the middle. This map is pretty straightforward. It doesn't matter where in here you can go wherever you want. Personally, I like to go in the same place because by going in the same place, you're not going to get hit from the sides like you usually do anywhere else. So there's buildings on either side, so you're not going to get hit from the side over here. The only thing I'm worried about is people hitting me from behind. People sneak up from behind you right there, and that's how I usually die here. People usually hit me from here or they'll hit me from that end, from that area right there. So you really have to be careful. You really do. It's a pain in the ass. So zoom in. Again, aiming with this tank sucks. So you really have to really be careful. Again, my aim sucks. I couldn't see anything because there was too much smoke. But that's fine. Again, I'm getting hit, which is not good. Again, I never got a shot in. The KV-2 is a KV-1 with a big turret. Now, the lower hull is squishy as hell. One shot and it's dead. The upper turret only has 2 spots, and those 2 spots are right on the top of the turret. So there's really nothing much you can do as far as preventing somebody from hitting you on a KV-2. All you can do is just do what this guy is doing, is go back and forth, back and forth. But with the KV-2, KV-2 is so slow that you can't even do what he's doing. You see, that is a German heavy. German heavies usually are faster than the Soviet Union's heavies. Naturally, they are naturally faster. So that's just the way things are. So, like it or not, there's really nothing you can do. All you can do is you just do the best you can. German tanks are naturally faster tanks. They are. They are naturally faster tanks. The Panzer tanks and the Tiger tanks are faster than the KV tanks. Hands down, they're faster. Without upgrades, they're faster. Why? Russian Soviet Union tanks have not better armor. In the early days, in the KV days, they had thicker armor. What made these tanks so weak is that the weak spots they had in their armor, the chinks in the chains, were left wide out in the open. And that's technically is the biggest issue of the Soviet Union. The tank designs are poor. The tanks were built like beasts. Absolutely unbelievable. But what made them weak, what still to this day makes them weak, is the fact that they have too many weak spots. Soviet Union tanks had more weak spots than any country known to man. Soviet Union is one of the hardest tanks to survive a battle in. It is. It naturally is. If you play this game and you have no trouble staying alive in the Soviet Union tank, good for you. Because 80% of the players that play this game have trouble staying alive in Soviet Union tanks. The reason why is because in the Soviet Union, the tanks were heavier, slower, and had more armor, but the weak spots were so large and so profound that they got killed easily. And when they did, the crew was unable to bail and abandon ship. They just died with the tank. I mean, they didn't make it easy to get out of a tank. Didn't have quick release hatches so they can just get out of the tank. No. That didn't exist. You went down, the tank went down, you went down with them. That's not what their purpose was, that's just the way things were. So, as I've said in the past, if this is the particular tank that you are trying to grind, you will push this, the experience will go up. If this tank is not your main tank, then you do not push this, save it. Save that multiplier for a tank you are grinding for XP, okay? Only use this on a tank you are grinding for XP. Now, the only reason why we played this tank is so we can try and make a dent at that mission. But today, we're not having too much luck. So, what we could do is, we can go for another round or two, or we can try a different tank. See what's easier. What may be easier for me might not be easier for you. This is just showing you guys options that you can do. If you're not having too much luck with this tank, too many people are killing you, you're not getting a shot off like me, what you could do is you could simply jump in an artillery. Now, damage. The name of the game is damage. You have to deal damage. Your biggest damage dealer in the game is this tank. If this tank is not working, take 2. Artillery. Okay? Now, which artillery should we use? We have a tier 7, we have a tier 8, we have a tier 5, tier 3, tier 4, tier 2, and a tier 10. Let's try the tier 10. Why? Because bigger artillery, bigger damage. Therefore, the mission is going to get done quicker. So, we have that done. Now let's check our dog. Now, when you purchase the dog, he's going to look like this. When he starts doing this, start doing that, click him, okay? One single click. He's going to go up, he's going to show you, he's going to tell you a small story right there. Just, if you feel like reading the story, that's fine. Okay, once you read the story, he'll show you what the dog found. He found a first aid kit. And every time he finds something for you, your friendship level with him increases. When your friendship level gets past a certain point, you're going to get a bigger bonus of credits down the road. Click it, it's mine now. And the large first aid kit is yours. Now, click this. Chaffee's missions. collect what you have to collect for Chaffee's missions. Let's check on our normal missions for now. I guarantee you probably have like nothing. Actually, we just completed a mission and I didn't realize we did. So, we just completed a mission. I didn't realize we did. Sometimes you complete these missions, you didn't realize you did. Here I was trying to do this one. I ended up completing this one. Who would have guessed? That's why it's good to make sure you check these missions after every game, because you never know when you're going to get these missions done. I mean, you might be grinding all night and you already got your mission done for the day. So now the mission for the day is done. We picked up our calendar. That's done. We cashed in and collected our resources. We got our tokens. There are no tokens to spend or use. That's done. Winter Raid. That's over. That's done. Technically, we can continue playing. We can continue playing. We no longer have to do anything else with damage, so we no longer have to bother with artillery or KV-2s. Apparently the KV-2 was more than enough to get the job done. So that worked just in our favor. Now, we're going to go into the tank that we need to grind. We need to grind this one. So now that our goal for the day is done, our missions are all done. Winter Raid we don't have to worry about. The calendar we already cashed in for. We now have Chaffee's missions, and once in a while check him. If he starts sniffing on something, that means he found something. So just once in a while, make sure he's not sniffing. If he's not sniffing a bag, if he's sniffing a bag down here, that means he found something. You have to click him to collect whatever it is he found. You only do this. You only do this if you purchase him right here. If you own him, then this is available. And your bonus to credits, your 10% bonus to credits for 10 games just by owning him. For 10 games only, you get a 10% bonus to credits. Okay, now we're going to go into a regular, normal, average, everyday battle. Okay, here we go. We're going to grind this tank. I still have a long road to go, by the way. I have to get 230,000 experience. I have 48,000. I have a long road with this tank. A very long road. I'm in no rush. I'm not in any rush. Do what I have to do. That's it. All right, now I believe they might have, there's a chance that they might have redid or changed this map. If they did, we'll know right now. Because I have a funny feeling that very soon they're going to remove some stuff from this map. This area looks the same. This looks like some shrubbery was taken out. Like some bushes and stuff. The ramp going up looks thinner. This looks thinner. We must be on the other side then. Because on one side it's thick, and one side is thin. So, this might be the opposite side. Yeah, I think we're on the opposite side. Okay, we have the engine in front of the tank, so we are going to try and stay I'm going to scan, do a real quick scan over, like this. Then I'm going to move up to those bushes right there. We're going to move to the back, stop at this bush, and we're going to do a quick scan over. Just a real quick scan, because don't forget we have tank destroyers up here. Tank destroyers have no turrets. So, out of respect for the tank destroyers, we need to make sure that we help them out. See? This is why we help out tank. This is why we help out our tank destroyers. If I had spotted him, he might not have gotten destroyed. So now we know there's a heavy down there. I'm a medium tank, so I do not want to pop out. Even though I am on top tier, I'm a medium tank, and that's a heavy tank. You do not want to get hit by a heavy tank because heavy tanks are meant to damage heavy tanks. Medium tanks are not meant to take hits from heavy tanks. The armor on a medium tank is not as thick as a heavy tank is. Shit. There's two behind me? Okay. I'm going to scan up here real quick. Make sure there's nobody else. No snipers. No snipers, no nothing. There you go. So far, so good. Only those two. Okay. So far, we have only a heavy and a tank destroyer. Not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. This is the drawback about going up on the hill. Because if you get spotted, everybody from on the other side of the level can see you and then shoot at you. Just like that. What you can do to stop this from happening, instead of going where I went, you can go right here. There's no bush, there's no cover. But the people over here can't see you. Why? Because this area right here, see how there's a hill, a small gully here? You have to look up. So you, in other words, you can't spot enemies from this spot. I can spot everybody from this spot. The problem with this is they can also spot me. Herein lies the issue with my spot. I am able to see them so much easier. The problem is they can also see me much easier. So you have to gauge whether it's worth it or not worth it. If you absolutely positively do not want to get spotted and you're going up this hill, then you're going to go up this way, right here. Stop right here. Don't move. Don't move a muscle. Only the turret. That's it. Use the turret to scan the entire area right here. As soon as you spot somebody, don't move. Don't move a muscle at all until you know you have a good shot. If you have a good shot, take it. Then take your shot. Then get the hell out of Dodge. Back up. Back up and find the spot you can camouflage yourself and disappear. See that? See that right there? One of the heavy tanks just knocked that fence over and he's coming this way. How do I know that? Whenever you see nothing, you see a fence get knocked down, that means that heavies are coming this way. So now, if I would help out the other team, I would go, you look and see where you are and say, enemies right there. How long is it going to take a heavy to get from here to here? I'd have to say about that long. So, if an artillery was to take a shot where I did, artillery would hit one of them, at least one. He would do damage to at least one of those tanks if the artillery had hit at that very moment where I touched down. He would have gotten a shot off. If our artillery was following this upper area. If the artillery was not following this upper area, it did not take that shot once I placed it, he missed it. By now, the tanks are right here, slowly making their way to the tracks, and very soon they will cap the base. Take your mouse over this, defend the base. Let them know heavy's coming down the hill. Defend the base. You don't have to type anything. All you have to do is click defend the base. That's fine. Don't go nuts. Sit back and wait. So we lost. This happens. This happens all too often. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't their fault. It just happens. We had a bad game. There's nothing you can do about it. Bad games do happen. All too often they happen. Yes. So Okay, now let's see what map we got now. Okay, this was one of the original maps when the game first came out. This and another one. This map has gone through changes over the years here and there. For the most part, it's pretty much looks similar, if not, well, it looks. This changed over the years. This changed. This changed. And something over here changed. For the most part, this map is exactly the same as it used to be. Heavies always take the hill. Mediums down the middle. Lights take the train tracks. Because I'm mid-tier, I can go wherever the hell I want. So, I'm not fall back. Okay, that means that I get no place to fall back to. Now, I have a funny feeling that tank destroyer is going to need help. Because there's tanks coming straight down the middle. Now, we are mid-tier. We can go wherever we want. Personally, I am really worried about this area right here. Because this area is wide open. Now, because we are mid-tier, we can go wherever we want. And I want to cover this mid area to make sure that it is properly looked after. And I also want to make sure that the hill does not get taken. And I also want to make sure this area doesn't want to get overrun. So in a way, I'm guarding the base. I'm sitting on the base right now, and I'm guarding the base. Guarding the base is usually reserved for a low tier tank. I'm considering myself a backup. If anybody says help, I will run in and help. Doesn't look like the hell is going to need help. It looks to me like the middle part is going to get really hairy soon. I'm seeing way too many people going up middle. There's a heavy over there? I don't like that. Shit. Not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to get spotted. That's not good. Shit. Now I'm going to have to get in there. I'm going to have to help these guys out. Because they are really going to get overrun. I have a funny feeling these guys are about to get overrun. Is that a tier 11? No, it's a tier 9. See, now we have a wall blocking us. So our weak spot's covered. But it's hard to see. So it's cool, but Come on, big boy. Show me what you got. Come on, big boy. Show me what you got. Attention to position. I didn't get any kills. Probably didn't damage anybody, but spotting. That's what I got done. I got spotting done. Now, I'm grinding this tank. I need HP for it. Use a multiplier. I have 4 multipliers left. Grind this tank for 4 more victories. I'll get 4 more multipliers. So I got 3,000 for this round. Financial report. I made 10 grand. As long as I didn't use any gold rounds, I should be okay. As long as I don't use any gold rounds, I should be okay with this tank. This tank is really not that bad, so alright. Make sure he doesn't have everything for us? No? Okay. Now, we want to check our missions. After every game, make sure you check the missions. We got a dog. That's fine. We have 1 more left with the dog. This one, we're done with this one for the day. We don't have to worry about this anymore. But I still check because you never know. These might activate. And if they do, that's good. I mean, this one we don't have anything on this one. This we have 4. So that's really not bad. We have 1 on this one. And we still haven't even gotten this one done yet. So, once in a while, you check back and double check to see if you got anything from here. Because you can still get, credits, bonds, equipment. I mean, you can still get stuff from there. So, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. So, let's say you want credits today. Okay, that's fine. If you really do want credits, then complete this mission and you'll get credits. See? You may not need this at all, but if you need this, complete this mission. See? So it's your benefit to do both missions because you'll get the prize that they guarantee you below. For example, if you need the components desperately, then get this mission done as soon as possible. If you need bonds really badly, get this mission done. Get your second mission done for here done. If you want credits, get your second mission for this day done. If you want free experience, then get today's second mission done. The only reason why you're doing both is either to get the mastery seals for the dog or to get the prize that they're guaranteeing right there. If you complete both missions for today, you will get 100,000 credits and 750 free experience. Screw these seals. You will get those two prizes if you complete both of today's missions. That's not bad. I like having the credits. The credits is always welcome. Credits are required grinding up the wazoo, and sometimes the grinding gets a bit too much sometimes, especially if you've been playing this game for 15 years like I have. Sometimes you don't want to grind. Sometimes you just want to play, do your job, and log. So we are going to further continue our grind with this tank and try to get a times 5 multipliers for that tank. Okay, the dog wants attention. Let's see if we can give the dog some attention before we go. Left click the dog. If he doesn't respond, double click him. And he'll do a trick. That's how you interact with him. Then you can do your own thing. If he wants attention, he barks, double click him, then move on. Sometimes he just wants attention once in a while, so you just give him some attention. No big deal. Okay, we're upper mid tier. We're not top tier, we're in upper mid tier. Upper mid tier means that we're not allowed to use HE rounds or gold rounds. Upper mid tier and top tier means that you're using AP rounds only when you're aiming very carefully. Now, herein lays the problem. Heavies normally go this way. But I want to see if anybody's going to take the castle. If nobody takes the castle, I'm going that way. So they're going that way. I feel as though if a top tier heavy goes castle, we're going to get swamped, which means I'm going to have to turn tail and run the other way just to make sure that they're covered. Oh, by the way, if you've never seen the special events, check this out. This is new for the game, by the way. Now, that stays there the entire rest of the game. They have random events that happen during the game. completely changes the map altogether. Pretty nifty, huh? That's what World of Tanks. One of the few things that World of Tanks 2.0 brought to the table. Very cool. So instead of having the same maps all the time, it is the same maps. But once in a while, they will toss things in, and the map will change. Through the random occurrences, the map changes, and therefore your strategy changes with it. What a time for them to blow my track. I couldn't move. I hate having the engine in the front. That's the most frustrating part about this tank. Having the engine in the front is the hardest part to deal with in this game. That's called poor designing. For example, this VK, the VK's engine is in the rear. See that right there? See the vents? That's the engine. Fuel tank is underneath it. Ammunition is stored with the gun in the turret. That tank, along with all the other German tanks, are well designed. This Soviet Union crap, they don't know how to do it. The Soviet Union doesn't know how to design a tank. I don't mean to say this, but they can't find their ass from their elbow, to be honest with you. I mean, who puts a fuel tank and an engine in the front of the tank? For real. Granted, your crew can bail out quicker and easier without getting hurt, but the tank is going to explode easier and quicker by having everything in the front. In order for a tank and its crew to survive, you need any and all sensitive equipment in the very back of the tank, including the engine, fuel, and ammunition, all have to be in the back of the tank. Engine, ammunition, and fuel are in the back of the tank. As long as your tank's facing forward, it might get disabled. In reality, it might get disabled and might not be able to work, period. But it will never explode, ever. Tank like this, all you have to do is hit the fuel and the engine will explode and it will pop the top right off the engine. Now if you notice, The turret did not fly off this tank. You want to know why? There's nothing explosive underneath the turret but the ammunition. Now, the ammunition did not cook off because when the engine and fuel exploded, there was enough protection protecting the crew and the ammunition. But by blowing the engine up, technically the whole tank is charred. In reality, this tank would be disabled. I would still be able to shoot this. In reality, I would be able to still shoot the gun. The gun would be working, okay? The fuel and the engine would be gone. But the crew in the back of the tank, the loader and the gunner, would still be alive. The radio man and the commander would be dead right now. Because as soon as the engine and the fuel explodes, the crew in the front dies immediately. They have zero protection. So, okay, it was another victory. So we click apply. Now we have 2,275 added to this victory. We only made 83. Okay, that's it. So, what I think we might do is, we're making less and less money. What we might do is, now that we're making less and less money, we might go in there and activate, see how much we get. See, we're getting 50% bonus. See how much bonus we're getting here. We're getting a 50% bonus, so no point in activating it. We're already getting a bonus. So try to cut down on our expenditures. So let's see. What are we spending money on? We're spending money on probably these things. I think the large repair kits, and definitely these, because I definitely don't think I have enough of these. So let's see if we can purchase maybe one of these. I have 187 in the depot, so let's check this one. I have 23 in the depot, so I have 300 in the depot. Jesus, mother of God, that's a lot. We sure as hell have a lot of those. We really do. So, alright, let's see. So that's not where the money loss is coming from. Maybe it's the ammo? That is possible. Maybe we're losing money from ammo. Or, simply, the tank is getting blown up and it's too expensive. And it's just not making enough money. So, let's see. This is the third and final mission that Chaffee has. Okay, we're going to go back and double check. Make sure nothing else has to get done. We have 4 out of 15 done over here. So if we damage a medium tank, we get 1 clocked on this. So medium, if we hit medium tanks, we will get credit for hitting medium tanks. So we'll try our best to aim for only medium tanks. No guarantees. We will try our best. Gee, not a lot of mediums, huh? I better help these guys out. There's no one going this way. So I better make sure that they have assistance, because there's literally no help going this way. Even though I'm close to top tier. Not a lot of people are going this way. Which could be seen as a big issue. That is a light and a medium. Okay. Now we need to get credit for that mission. We need to damage a medium tank. Damage. Guaranteed damage is an HE shell. Okay, guys? That's guaranteed damage, but not a lot. If you want guaranteed hit, guaranteed pen, guaranteed damage, you're going to use a gold round. If you want to use your skill, use a regular AP round. Now, because we're close to being top tier, we can get away with using AP rounds. Unfortunately, they're hiding behind stuff, so this is not going to make it easier for us. Fuck. Oh, come on. Stop moving, you damn turret. Bastard. Stop moving your turret. Oh, not good. Not good, guys. My gun is damaged. I'm not using a repair kit because my health is so low, it would just be a waste. So I'm backing off. I'm going to see what they do, because I am going to be dead in a matter of seconds if I continue on this path. So I'm going to see what they do first. I'm going to back off and see what they do. See if I can respond to enemies' movements. Seen. Okay. Camo net engaged. I disappeared from radar. That's why I'm spotted, because of him. Okay. Plus, this guy over there. Bastard. Not good. I don't like going this way. I hate going this way. But they needed help. So they have way too many people going that. They have way too many people going the other way, and not enough people going this way. So they needed something, some help. Even if I didn't help that much, I bought the other side time. As long as I did something, I bought the other side enough time where they could act. Because these guys didn't have a repair in the world. At least with me there, I bought them time. See, after I drop dead, they're moving up quick. So I bought them time to move forward. Now, if these guys don't move quick, if the upper part don't move quick enough, we're gonna lose. It's all up to the remaining 3 members to form a defensive line and do their best to hold the line until the upper part can move forward. If the upper part sits on their ass the entire rest of the game like they are right now, we're going to lose. And you go, what the hell happened? If you pay attention to the map, you'll find out. Gee, if I was on the upper part and I saw this right now, I'd be in panic mode. I'd be immediately switching sides. If this was me, and I saw the other side getting overrun, I would immediately jump off of my side and jump on the other side. But that's just me. That's the way I play. Whatever side is needed the most, that's the side I jump on. Now, the lower part of the map is wide open. As far as I'm concerned, this game is already over. We lost. We lost. And you know what? Those tanks in the upper part of the map, they don't even know it yet, but we lost. Right now, they think, oh, you know, we can hold this line just a little long. We can hold this line a little longer. That's fine. No, we can't. The team is charging. Too late. They're already capped. That didn't take that long, guys. Right now, the guys up in the upper part are in panic mode. As soon as they hear that siren, they're in panic mode. Start making mistakes, and they start dropping like flies. Just like that. See? Now that was a bad game. And we lost money too. See that? We lost money because we didn't gain money. We gained absolutely nothing. So alright, let's try and get another multiplier. Let's do our best. I think we're going to do maybe 1, maybe 2 more games to try and do multiplayer. Hopefully we can get at least maybe 1, maybe 2 more. When you don't like a tank, you're supposed to not play it. Me, I'm a glutton for punishment. I will play that tank until its job is no longer needed. Then I will be more than happy to sell it. Now we're mid-tier, exactly mid-tier. We can go whatever way we want to at this point. Now, if we take the heavies, that's the safest route for us to go with this tank. If we take left, we have to stay hidden as much as we can. And the fact there's an IS-7 going that way, that's not smart. So the fact that the top tier tanks are going the way of the mediums, that automatically sends me to the medium, to the middle. There's 2 Maus protecting the middle against an entire team of heavies. Technically, we have a problem. I got that hit, but that big SOB finished me off. Yeah. There's 2 people right there, there and there. And that's it. See, that didn't take that long. But we're not doing too good today, huh? We're not doing too good. We're not doing good at all. Today is just not our day. This does happen. You get days like this. What I do sometimes is I just log off. I log off and log back on tomorrow and start fresh. As long as this is not going on, I'll log off, log on tomorrow, and get a fresh start. Make sure my mind is fresh, and I'll get back in the game, and I'll get back on the horse and do it all over again tomorrow. Even though I don't have all my time 3s done, it's best to start fresh with a fresh mind than to continue on and lose money every single game. What you could do is you could jump in a premium tank and gain more money and just have some fun with the premium tanks. You could do that. And just blow the times 3 on the premium tanks. And just don't grind your normal tanks. Just jump in your premium tanks and have a good time. So, anyway, that's my video for today. This is not a bad live stream. I just wanted to go over some stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you can, please like the video, subscribe, comment down below. If you guys are watching after the live stream, like, subscribe, comment down below, and please, I beg of you, please watch my other videos in my World of Tanks subscription, in my World of Tanks category. Watch my other videos for this game. I did a lot of good videos. A lot. I normally don't do live streams with this game. I probably should do more of them, but I don't normally do live streams. Live streams, in my opinion, are a little bit more laid back. I don't write scripts at all for live streams. I just play, have fun, and see where it goes. When I do a video, I try to have a purpose. I try to do a video on purpose. I try to make a video for a reason. When I do a live stream, I go on there to play and have fun and to take you with me, like I did today. It just so happens that I end up explaining some of the stuff. If you're new to the channel, I explained some of the stuff that I had already gone over in previous videos. Some tips and tricks here and there. So instead of you going back and watching every single video and getting all my tips and tricks, as things come up, I will just throw it right at you. I'm like that. I'm the first person to toss tricks at you immediately. So, anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video, today's live stream. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below after the fact or during the video is fine. Either way, as long as you like, subscribe, and comment down below, my appreciation is beyond imaginable. Because the only way I'm ever going to make money from my channel is by you guys like, subscribing, and sharing the videos. So, your support, all I need is your support. All I need is for you guys to let me know what you want to see, and I will do more of that. For example, if you want to see more MechWarrior Online, tell me you want to see more of MechWarrior Online. Mike, can you do more MechWarrior Online videos? Mike, can you do more World of Tanks videos? Mike, can you do more Throne and Liberty videos? No problem. I'll be more than happy to do more videos of that game. Any video that I did a video game review on, I will be more than happy to do multiple videos on. I will not do them unless the video game asks me to, or unless you ask me to. If you ask me to do videos on it, I will do more videos. If they ask me to do more videos on it, I will do it. Why? Because they made the game and I'm here. If you guys don't care, I'm here for them. If you guys care and you guys want to see more videos of something, I will do more videos of whatever you guys want to see. So again, this is all up to you guys. Whatever you want to see me do, you have to let me know. If you don't let me know, I won't do it. If I don't really enjoy playing that game, I will not do a video on it. I will just do a review and that's it. If you guys want me to see it, you guys want to see more about that video game past my review, you have to let me know that you want to see more of that game being played. So I'll be more than happy to set that up for you guys. But again, unless you let me know, I will not do anything. I will not do anything with any of the games unless you let me know. For example, I can even do all the original Stronghold games for you guys. I could do Stronghold Crusaders, the original one. I could do the one from Windows XP. I could do Stronghold Crusaders 2 for Steam. I could do Stronghold 3. I can do, Jesus, Mother of God, Stronghold Legends. That came out during Windows XP. That I don't even have installed on the computer yet. Yet I still have that game. I could put that on the computer. The original Stronghold from Windows XP, I have that on this computer and it still works. I did a video on that. Does it work? Yeah, it works. It works just fine. Multiplayer does not work. Obvious reasons for safety purposes. Because you have to give the host your IP address, and that's very dangerous. So the multiplayer mode for the original games, I highly recommend you do not use them ever, because you're giving a perfect stranger your IP address. How dangerous is that? It's very dangerous, guys. It's extremely dangerous. You never, ever give up your IP address. Your IP address is the only thing that's protecting you from getting hacked. Know that. That is the reason why firewalls and VPNs exist. Their purpose is to hide your IP address. That is their only purpose in your computer. That is the reason why they exist. They have to keep your IP address hidden. A VPN's job is to change your IP address. It allows you to connect to a different location and change your IP address to a different number. So if somebody hacks you, they will hack. If they hack you, they will not hack your computer. They will hack something random. Whoever is using that particular IP address, they will hack them. They will not hack you. So that's basically what it's all about. I did a video on that so long ago, and I can't even post that video below because I don't remember what video it was. That was years and years and years and years and years and years ago. I did a live stream years and years ago. I did a live stream, and I did it on I did a video on computers, and I wanted to go over some stuff, and I did, but I should have did a full video on it, a scripted video on it. I didn't. I really should have did a full-fledged video on that, because that's a very interesting topic. Computer safety is a very interesting topic when it comes to certain things. It's very interesting to learn about that stuff, because to know how to keep yourself safe online is something not everybody knows about. How do you keep yourself safe from being hacked? It's actually easier than you think it is. It's simple. Nobody knows how to do it, but it's very easy. It's extremely easy. Again, if you want to see more videos on that type of stuff, please comment down below on any of my videos. What do you want to see more videos of? What do you want to see me do more videos of? What videos am I missing? Is the game free? Is the game not free? Is the item you want me to cover free? Maybe I have it already. Maybe I don't have it. Maybe I have to get it. If I have to purchase whatever it is you want me to cover, until this channel is monetized, I cannot do any games that require me to purchase something, because I don't make any money off of YouTube yet. So I am demonetized as of this very moment. You may be seeing ads throughout my videos. That's only because I have one or two copyright issues in some of my videos. And so because I'm not monetized, because I'm demonetized still, they are just throwing ads in to overcompensate for the fact that I have copyright strikes up the wazoo on this channel. So I figured instead of, fixing them and making my videos suck, I figured I'm not getting paid for this channel anyway, so I figured I'll just leave it until they pay me. Then I will fix all the videos that have problems. So as of right now, I'm still making no money, but yet you're still seeing ads. And the reason why you're seeing ads is because of the fact that there are some videos that got copyright strikes, but because I'm not getting paid for it, I don't get a strike. So, because I'm not getting a strike, they're just simply adding advertisements to my channel. When advertisements, I don't need them because I'm not getting paid. But still, there's advertisements in my videos because of it. Do I like it? I may as well have it because I better get used to it, because if I do get enough people, I'm going to have to deal with it. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys for another video on Friday. Don't forget, this event you're looking at right here, this ends in January. So I don't know how many more videos I'll be doing on this. When this is over, I'm going to be focusing on some of the other stuff, some of the other games on Steam. I'm probably going to be focusing on another Steam game I picked up. I picked it up, I played it a handful of times. I would like to go over it, but until I play it a little bit more, I don't really know how to go over it yet. So I have 2 games I have right now. I'm playing them, and I would like to go over and review them, but I want to make sure I play them a little bit more because I don't really understand them quite yet. They're fun. I enjoy playing them, but to explain the games to you guys, I don't even know where to start. So, I mean, I could just do a let's play and just list the game, and that just have you guys watch me play it. What's the fun in that? I need to explain how the game works, some stuff about the game. I would like to know information so I can tell you guys information about the game. If I don't know that information, then I shouldn't do a review video on it. So, and if I don't do a review video on it, I should be showing you guys the game period. So, because I'm not in contact with the developers, I can't contact them and ask them information about the game and what to mention if I did a video on it. Sometimes I like to do that before I do a video. Sometimes I contact the developer and I ask them questions about the game and what I should and should not mention, what they would like me to mention to players if they're interested in playing it, what they would like me to mention to my viewers. I like to do that sometimes. I like to get the developer's point of view and get them involved in my videos. Because who better than the person that made the game to get information, to give you information about? Because the person that made the game is the person that knows more about the game than anybody else, including me. And I like to do that. But it's hard to get a hold of some of these guys. There's one developer in particular I've been in touch with lately. But I've never played the game my entire life, and I have no intention of ever playing this game in my entire life. So, it's a shame. Because if I intended on playing this game and reviewing it, I have the developer right there. I can talk to him whenever I want to. But I have no intention of playing this game. So, it sucks, and I truly am sorry. If he's watching this channel, I truly am sorry. I don't understand. I tried a demo of it, and I don't understand it at all. And I don't want to do a video on something I don't understand. So, I don't really get it. And if I don't get it, there's no point of me explaining stuff if I don't know what I'm doing. Why should I explain something if I don't know what I'm doing? If I don't know what I'm doing, I'm going to look like a moron. And I don't want to do that. Because that makes the video game look bad. And I don't want to do that. Yes, I'm playing the game. Yes, I enjoy playing the game. Do I know anything about it? Do I understand it? No. Do I enjoy playing it? Yes. So that's the way it stays. Until I know more about the game, I'm just going to play it, enjoy it, and that's it. I will not do a review on a game that I do not understand. Out of respect for the people that took their time to create these games, I want to make sure that I absolutely know enough about this game to review it. Because when I review a game, I want to explain about how the game works, how to play, how to be a new player and start out as a new player. Does the game require you to dump capital in it or not? Is the game flat out free right off the bat? Which means you never ever required to dump money in the game. When this game first came out, There's absolutely no requirement to dump money in this game. All you have to do is log in every day and grind your tanks as best as you can. That's all this game required. Recently, this game had changed a lot. You no longer are required to log in every day. Now you can log in whenever you want to, but every once in a while you have to dump money in the game via gold. And you should keep up on things. For example, if you're short on credits, instead of grinding for more credits like I tell you guys to do, they suggest you buy gold, convert the gold to credits. For example, you can click exchange and exchange gold for credits. So if you need more of this, exchange this for this. By clicking exchange, this pops up. Exchange rate is 1 gold piece for 400 credits. This is the conversion. This is what's going to look like after you push this button right here. And that's it. Done. Now, if you want to purchase gold right now, you push this. And you can purchase any amount of gold that you want in any denomination you want, or you could have packages of gold. Now, if you buy packages, you could save money. You could buy any amount of gold you want, but if you stick with the packages, you could save a certain amount of cash. For example, if you buy this one for $100, you'll save 25%. Yes, you're spending more money. You're saving more money because they're giving you 3 times as much gold. If you spend $100 in gold here, you'd probably get maybe 15,000 gold. They're giving you 25,000 gold for $100. They're giving you more gold for the money that you're paying. This one, you're saving 19%. So the less money you spend, the less you save. The more money you spend, the more you will save. Therefore, the more gold you will receive. You're only saving 14% over here, and this one you're saving 7%. This one you're saving only 1,200. They're saving nothing. This is straight up cash for gold. So $6,069 for 1,250 gold. That's a straight up conversion rate right there. You're not getting any savings. That's straight up conversion rate right there. So now let's see if we picked any amount of gold. We picked 669. It would say 1,250 gold. Now, then you have these. These are what's called combo packs. These are good if you need gold and credits at the same time. Now, if you just purchased a tank, right? And all 10,000 of your credits are gone. You want at least 1,000 credits. But you want gold as well. So you're going to pick one of these packages here, and that comes with both. Say credits and gold, both. Depending on how much you need, of course. And the prices are different. The prices vary. And of course, the amount they give you is different. I mean, very different. So, you're getting 10,000 credits, 8,500 gold for $100. That's not bad. That's a really good savings. That's 25% savings. If you do straight up conversion rate, you would get a lot less gold and a lot less credits. Now, it's $20 for 1 million credits at 2,500 gold. Okay? $20. $20 for 1 million credits. This is $100 for 10 million credits. In a way, you're buying credits. The gold is a bonus. Because think about this. They're giving you 1,500 here, 5,000 here, 12,000 here. They're giving you something. They're not a lot, but they're giving you something. You don't need a lot of gold. You do need credits. So these are great if you need credits, but not a lot of gold. Personally, what I would go for, if you need the premium time, get this one. Because it gives you 7 days of premium time plus the gold and credits. If you don't need the premium time, get the million credit bundle. You'll get 1 million credits, 2,500 gold, and you get for $20. That's it. You're good to go. This is the best deal you can think of. I love this one. This is great. I use this one whenever I'm grinding a tank. Whenever I have to get a tank, whenever I'm grinding a tank to purchase, I will usually buy this like every other month. I will usually buy this every other month. Just allow myself to catch up in a way. So, in a way, that's all I'd really like to go over for today. Next week, I'm not going to be touching base on this game because as of next week, I honestly don't think they're going to be doing holiday ops next week. I think this might be the very last week for holiday ops. If by Friday, holiday ops is still going, I am going to do another video on it. So if not, I will be doing something different. If there is something you'd like me to do that's different, before this ends, please comment down below. Like, subscribe to the channel. Comment down below what you want to see me do. If you do not mention what you want to see me do, I will not do what you want me to do. I will only do what you want me to do is if you tell me what you want me to do. If I get no comments, I'm going to keep doing whatever the hell I feel like doing. Why? Because if I enjoy playing this game and I enjoy playing MechWarrior Online, I'm going to keep doing that because I enjoy playing those games. I love those games. And why am I not going to do anything else? Because nobody's letting me know. Nobody's telling me that, hey, I like this video. Nobody's commenting, hey, keep doing this game. I really enjoy watching you. I really enjoy watching videos on this game. I'm not getting any comments, no likes, nothing. Only thing I got likes on was MechWarrior Online and this game. That's it. So I'm doing more videos on this game because I'm getting more likes with this game than I am anything else. So I've been concentrating a lot on this game. So I'm gonna go, and after the holidays, I'm gonna go back to MechWarrior Online for a bit and fill you guys in on what's been going on over there. Namely, I want to explain about the Stocking Stuffers event. Probably going to do a video on that before the holidays end. I will film it and release it on Friday. I'll film it before Friday. Normally I film my Friday videos the same day I release them. But when it comes to videos on a time constraint, I have to film it ahead of time and let it sit and wait. In this case, I have to get a video for MechWarrior Online done before Christmas is over, because the Christmas season, their Christmas version of it is going to end at a certain point, and I want to go over it. Even though I've done this in the past, this year seems to be a lot different. So we're going to go over that real quick, because Piranha doesn't really support me that much in that game. So I don't really go nuts with that game. Piranha gives me no support. Wargaming, the people who's in charge of this game, these guys are wonderful. They answer any questions I have, provide me with support if I need it. I love these guys. These guys are great. I've been playing this game for 15 years, and that says a lot. Before I even did videos for this game, I've been playing this game. I've been playing this game for so long that I decided I wanted to do videos on this game because I love this game so much. The only reason why I'm doing videos on this game in the first place is because I love to play it so much. I want to let you guys know how much I love playing this game. And I want you guys to know how you can keep loving this game, how you can keep playing this game when other people are acting like goddamn jerks. And trust me, when you're playing this game, you're going to run into a lot of people that act like a bunch of stuck-up jerks. They're going to act like a bunch of goddamn jerks. People are going to think their shit don't stink all the time in this game. People are going to think that they're God. Well, guess what? Nobody's God in this game. This game is a video game. This game's a lot of fun. You're supposed to play this game and have a great time, and that's it. If you treat this game too seriously, leave. Do not play this game. This game is not meant, this game was never made to be taken seriously. I'm telling you guys right now. So this is fair warning to all these people out there in this game who curse and swear at people because they don't understand something. You know what? Explain to them, private message them, or friend them, and say, okay, I would like to go over some stuff with you in private and let you know about some things that I noticed that you're not doing, that you should be doing. They should be approaching people that way. They should not be approaching people in game by cursing and swearing at them. That's not the right thing to do. We don't do that. But people do that, and it annoys the piss out of me. I can't stand when people do that. I always let them know, who is it your business to do something like that? If they need help, you private message them, and you put them aside after the game is over, and you teach them, and you show them the right way to do it. If they're not doing it right, it's up to you to show them the right way to do it. If you notice that they're doing something wrong, it's your responsibility to show that person the right way to do it. If you don't do it and they do it again, then it's your fault. If you notice something and you mention it to them, it's now your fault if they do it again. It's not my fault, it's your fault. Anybody who mentions, hey, you're doing this wrong, if they don't show you the right way to do it, it's their fault, not yours. Hands down. And you can have them quote me on that, because that's the truth. I've been playing this game for 15 years. Let me tell you something. If I'm doing something wrong, somebody will let me know, and I will never do it again. That's how I learned. I learned from my mistakes. I made mistakes. Other people were nice enough to correct me and never made the same mistake again. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below. And we'll see you guys on Friday for another video. If you would like to see anything done in particular, please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be more than happy to set it up to you guys. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day.